she left me, yeah, died a little bit inside. You know, maybe things are gonna be alright. Cause I just wanna see the light.
It's Tier
Yeah, I just
2
wanna see the
showtime!
light.
And they're on in a race time. But I know which way to go, left or right. It's all eyes on the Ferrari. Stylo has done the impossible. This is the move. This is the moment. And that puts in Rapture on the podium. But it's this man who comes home victorious. It's Red Bull. It's the Reds who win. Well, hello, everybody. Welcome to another week here of Boost Racing League action. Oh my golly gee, we are here at Hungary for another round of some Tier 1 Championship fun. And my name is Punju. I am so excited to be joining you guys here with a great friend of the league, one of the bestest to ever grace this commentary box and our racetracks. It's our great friend, Mr. Chosen Toby. Hi, buddy. How you doing? Welcome back.
Fantastic. How are y'all?
Dude, I think everyone's doing great, man.
I love it. You pump me up.
I mean, you know what? You pump me up, bro. It's just your presence. We're going to have a lot of fun tonight. Obviously, these Tier 1 drivers pump us all up, too, because we know what happens every single week in and week out in this championship. It is some of the closest racing we get to see. Honestly, better than league racing you see in WRR, PSGL, all these other silly leagues, because they don't have the just, like, intense respect with each other off track and also on track to give some exceptional quality racing. And I think tonight's going to be no different. Hungary, usually a tough track to overtake, but what do you think, Toby? Do you think we're going to see some audacious sends and moves tonight here at this track?
With these guys, I think they're going to make opportunities in spots where other tiers wouldn't do it.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, there are overtaking parts of this track, but there are places that you can overtake if you drive correctly.
And if there's any tier that can...
And these guys are definitely them.
Exactly. I was going to say, if there's any tier that can do the driving correctly, it's definitely this spot, this tier. They are a whole nother level of talented, and that talent is going to be putting themselves on track very soon, as all these drivers are already here in qualifying right now, getting ready to go racing. I say we can go check them out in just a second. But before we do that, let's take a look at this track. Obviously, we've already gone through the track map a little bit. It's got 14 turns across 2.738 miles or 4.381 kilometers for those that don't speak freedom units. Obviously, those overtaking zones is going to be turn 1 is a big one. I think we see a few into turn 2 as well, some audacious ones, and then into the chicane around turn 8 is my personal guesses for where they're going to happen. Now, I want to see some big ones into turn 8. I want to see some crazy moves. I think we're going to see some pretty intensity. But last week we had probably one of the most electric qualifying sessions we've ever seen before. Do you think we're going to see that level of intensity again tonight?
I mean, with this short of a track, I can definitely see it being almost as close. I don't know if it's going to be 4,000ths of a second like it was last week, but it's going to be pretty close.
Last week was ridiculousness. I mean, we can all hope, obviously, for some craziness. I think we're going to get some pretty intense racing. Let's go ahead and jump into it because all of our drivers are actually out there getting ready to go qualifying right now with only one person already out on track, and that is Mr. Rich Sebi. He's ready to go. He's rearing for it. He always says that he's, a back-of-the-grid driver, but I don't think tonight is going to be one of those back-of-the-grid nights. I think he's going to be a little bit stronger. What do you think?
I mean, Rich Sebi said, from what I've watched of this season, he's been having a rough one, but this is one of those tracks where the people that do really well on this track can definitely shine.
Yeah, I think so too.
It's not a middle of the ground track. It's either you like it or you don't.
Yep. That's definitely true. Now, here at Hungary, we are obviously here on round 6. We are officially on the back half of the season, which is insane to say here in season 10. Next week will be Bahrain, then Jeddah. We're starting to line up with the real F1 calendar starting next week. And then, of course, Belgium and then Australia will be our season finale, as well as lining up with the real F1 calendar. Fun fact, that's my birthday, actually, the final race of the season. So a great way to celebrate the birthday with some Moose Racing the action. Everybody's stoked to see you, by the way. We got Pogs and Kiss My Axe excited to see you, Tolby. So people already piling in and getting ready to watch you and I have a lot of fun here in the commentary box tonight. Take a look at the standings. After last week, it stayed extremely close with Marcus Libbs barely edging out Cookie last week for some extra points. Now it puts him in first place with Cookie just 2 points behind, and Supply Raptor over 40 points behind Cookie. Do you think there's any chance for Supply Raptor to find his way up there at this rate, or do you think it's a foregone conclusion?
No, I think the drivers and the constructors. I was looking at them earlier before the stream started, and I think it's basically become a 2-horse race in both of them.
Oh yeah, I think so too. I mean, look at the win trade-off for this season. Not a single other driver has won a race except for Cookie or Marcus Libbs so far this season, with round 1, 3, and 5 going to Cookie and rounds 2 and 4 going to Marcus. It's just ridiculous how strong these two drivers are. And there's no other tier for them to move up to after this domination. They're just dominating the top of the domination. So, they say like all ships rise to a rising tide. What's that phrase? I don't even know. Hopefully the rest of these drivers can be that rising tide and rise to these occasions, because these two guys are quick. Speaking of that last race of being so quick, Esteban obviously having a great race last week, but after penalties, it ended up being Marcus Libbs grabbing it, with Ryan Newton coming home in third, or in second, I believe. So it's gonna be an interesting one this week. Take a look at the full teams, though. Ferrari has had a rough day today. They were sitting in second, and they have fallen from grace. Alpine might overtake Ferrari today in the Combined Constructor Championship unless Marcus Libbs can put the team on his back. Do you think he's got it in him today?
I mean, you can never go against Marcus Libbs, to be honest with you.
That's a really good point.
I mean, if you're racing against Max Verstappen, I mean,
yeah, he's right.
I'm not betting against you.
Yeah, it's a fair point. I'm not betting against him either. Now, he's actually getting ready to go out there right now. I think he's on a lap right now, about to finish his first lap. And that's second place, 15.023 as his banker. That's a ridiculous banker. That just hurts me inside. Dude, I literally can't even get anywhere near 15. And this dude's putting in 15.0 as a slow banker. It's unbelievable how fast these guys are. A little further. Oh, there goes Drix. Even better. That's a crazy one. And, wow. We're already back to some intensity. Drix has given us a heck of a lap, and Supply Raptor starting one. Do you want to go ahead and walk us through this lap from Supply Raptor?
Supply Raptor, yeah. Let me find him right quick.
Down there at the bottom.
Yeah, so turn 2 is like just a little. No, that's not the flick. The flick is what, 5, I think. Which is this corner right here, 5 or 6. I forget which one it is. This one's dangerous. It's very easy to invalidate, just like that.
Oh.
And yeah, commentator's curse.
Look
Sorry.
at that. You called it. You said it's very easy to invalidate, as he's literally in the middle of invalidating. That is so funny.
I mean, because you want to eat as much of that curve on the inside as you can, but when you eat a lot of it, it throws you so far out.
Yes, exactly.
Because you're carrying so much speed through there. And it's really hard to stay inbounds.
It's so interesting. Like, you have to allow the car almost to like lift off the ground and hit an oversteer and just let it glide over that oversteer while it's like full slide.
It's a fun corner when you hit it right. It feels amazing.
It feels so great. But when you do what he did, it'd be like great. Someone who's feeling pretty good right now. It looks like Sketchable with a purple sector 1. Now it could just be purple on him on his own self, but it is a purple sector 1. Also, if you're able to invite Mod to the session, that'd be awesome. Looks like he's gonna go ahead and jump in for the other AlphaTauri. But yeah, Sketchy Bull coming around sector 2, looking pretty strong. He's coming up to a yellow flag with a Haas on the side of the road. 53.752 sector 2, just a green one, not quite purple enough. Obviously, I think he probably had a little bit more in the tank for that sector 2, but let's see how he handles sector 3. It's just a few corners, only 4. Technically 3 in my opinion, but I think it's labeled as 4 because the track is weird. And here he goes, Sketchy Bull coming around the final corner. Where is he going to end up? He hasn't had the most successful season so far. He'll be at 15.2. Pretty good lap right there, but that's only 2/10 off of what was pole from Ryan Newton, and that's already down to 7th. Holy smokes. The times are getting tight. everybody in the 15s or better except for Hitch and Snaky. Snaky's lap, obviously, not at all representative, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah, those last 2 corners, you can gain and lose a lot of time in those last 2.
Tons. Oh, yeah. So much. Do you think that we're going to see some return to form from this guy, Mr. Giants fan?
From Giants, I mean, he started to come back last week. I don't know if he's given, his other video game options a break. I know that y'all were just doing a race, but he started to come back last week. He looked a lot better than he did the first half of the season. And, I mean, I would love to see Giants go back up there and give Ryan and Cookie and Marcus Libbs a run for their money.
See, I would love it as well. Sorry, by the way, I'm just fixing something real fast. But I don't know, man. You've been putting a lot of time on iRacing.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, if he would split his time in between this and iRacing, I think he'd be back up there giving those guys a good run. But it's 2 very different styles of driving.
Yeah, extremely different. Well, let's see what he can do here on this lap. I think he's gonna have a decent result here today. I got a feeling. I don't know why. I think he's gonna give it some. He's gonna put some work in today and really get some good race results. But he's obviously got to make sure he complements that with a solid qualifying because this grid is really hard to chop through. Good sector or good turn 1 right there from him. It's a good start for sure. Kamal saying Giants doing too much iRacing. I think he just might be for F1, but it isn't too much for himself because he's loving it. Cuts over turn 3 right there. Looks really solid actually so far. So this is a good sector 1. How's it going to be? Is it going to be purple? It's not. It's just good enough. Doesn't really cut over that inside of that curb that we said was unsettling a lot of the cars. So playing a little safer, I think Giants fan is. I think I kind of like that plan right now. Nice and easy banker. Avoids the curbs on the right and the left beautifully. Gets all over that curb so he can have the center of the car riding through the red and white striping. Again on that outside of, I think that's turn 12 or 11. Man, this is actually looking pretty locked up. I'm pretty impressed with Giants fan for a guy that we haven't seen put down some of the best laps of his career these last few weeks. This is looking like a change of form from Giants fan. I could be talking out my butt, though, because he's about to come across the line, and we're going to see if it actually is improvement or if it just looks fast but isn't actually. Drake's right now with the current
slipstream from the Aston.
It's going to help him. At a 15-1, it was good, but it's only good enough for 8th.
Yeah. I mean, Drix's time, I mean, he's still 2 tenths. He's still 2 tenths up.
Yes.
And, I mean, it's just on his teammate. So, I mean.
Oh. Yeah.
They can be up there and they could play the team. Well, I say that and then Cookie goes into P2.
Yeah, I know. He's nailing it. He's ready to go show everybody that he wants to get this championship lead back. Marcus Libbs leading by 2 points is not going to be something that Cookie's going to be happy with. So he wants this one tonight. Now, Drix, obviously, he's our 2nd most winningest driver here at Moose Racing League. Number 1 being Giants fan. But at this rate, some other people are trying to take that off. And Ryan Newton taking off the current provisional pole with a 14.658. That's a ridiculous time. That's great. Drix is already up on his best time right now, by the way.
All of them are ridiculous time.
Yep. Whoa, Drix is really on edge right now. He just had a big oversteer moment, actually, in the middle of Sector 2. Is he going to be going faster right now? He's still somehow faster, even with a mistake, but it's only 200ths of a second. It's not a whole ton better. So he's got to make this last little bit work for him. How's he going to handle coming around the second last corner? Looks good. Uses all that track on the outside as well. He's going to cut wide and take an inside line. Gets in the power early and often. He goes flying. How is Drix going to do here? Will he improve upon his best? He does, but only just, and it's not good enough for a professional pole. Only 200
Yeah, Marcus also just did his 2nd flying, and he only improved by about a 1/2 tenth.
Yeah, but it's a nice and neat 15.000, so we like that. That makes me happy. Bob Semenico, only 9,000ths of a second off that. Bob's great lap for him. Take a look at this. Right now, the positions are so tight. If you get a 15, you have to be faster than a 15.5 to even be in the top 15.
That's
crazy talk. The only one yet to set a representative time is obviously Snaky. And he's on one right now. How's he going to do this, man? This is pretty fast. Oh, looks like Gamers actually joined. Oh, my gosh. After, I wasn't sure if he was going to be joining or not. It was radio silence all the way up until now, but I see him in the chat here. What's up, Gamer? Welcome in. Looks like he's in. Snaky, how's he going to do here around this track of Hungary? He's obviously up at his best time right now. His best time being a 132, just nowhere near anything special. 7 seconds up on that. He's going to have even faster for this final sector right now. Whoa, huge throw in right there for that.
He had a little bit of a lockup going in there, too.
Yeah, that looked aggressive. That's a controller player right there, ladies and gentlemen. He is just absolutely ripping left and right. And you can see it on his driving right there. Let's see what he's got. It's a 15-4. Solid lap, but only good enough for 16th place. The team that is feeling really good right now is Aston Martin, of course, but McLaren's sitting in 1st and 10th, holding down that top 10 spot and locking up the grid in between them. So, not bad.
So I say this with all the love in the world, but Bops is surprising me up there in P7, to be honest with you.
I think he's surprising himself. That is a very good lap. 080, only 0.08 of a second away from Marcus Libbs. He's probably freaking out right now. Like, whoa, what's going on to me? So he's probably stoked. But yeah, 15-4 being 16th place does hurt me inside, doesn't it, Axe? It's just painful to know that is good enough only for 16th. That's crazy. It's ridiculousness.
Yeah, Pat in chat also said Sketchy Bull in P4 with 14.8.
What? I didn't even notice him there. What is going on? 9/1000 of a second faster than Supply Raptor. Sketchy Bull is doing a good job today. How about that? You know what? Lightning can strike twice in the same spot, and I think it struck Sketchy Bull twice tonight because this is a really good qualifying lap from him so far. Now, he still needs to defend that because a 14.8 somehow is probably still not good enough for 4th. I don't think it's going to last. I think all these drivers are going to improve.
No, it's not.
We're
you got Xylo, Marcus, Manico, all and Giants fan all under him. Like, I don't know if that's going to hold.
Turtle and Arcadia as well, both scary. They can usually put down some pretty crazy laps. So, yeah, you really don't know. And Snakey obviously has yet to like put down anything representative. I don't think a 15-4 is actually his time. For that, I think he's going to be having a really quick pit stop and getting himself back out there. All these drivers are going to have to get out there pretty quickly. We've got an Alpha Tauri going in right now. Interesting.
Yeah, it's Supply. He's going to be, I mean, it's a short track. He might be able to get in now. It'll be close.
Yeah, it will be close. Let's go ahead and take a look at Minico as he will end up being the first person to finish qualifying here tonight. Coming down the line right here. He's about to get to the final corner. He's holding those brakes and ripping in neutral to burn off as much fuel as he can. Yeah, there it is. His tires are warm. His brakes are hot as well. He's ready to go racing here and get himself a really good launch for this final qualifying lap of himself. Let's see what he's got. Minico coming down the line, going into turn 1. How's he going to handle this? He's got a Haas in his way, but it's not going to get in his way. Luckily enough, it's going to wait on the exit of the pit exit. Good turn 1. Minico looking strong so far. But he's going to have traffic on traffic on traffic. There's actually a spun out, or not spun out, but a parked Aston Martin halfway through the field as well. So this dude, I don't know if he's racing in Hungary or LA right now. This is some traffic.
Yeah, hopefully everybody he missed Apex and then invalidated. Yeah.
That's it. Minico has burned out all.
You missed it. Oh. He might have just stood up. Yep. I think he just let go of his wheel and everything.
I think so too. He's like, whoops, that's it. Dang it, Minico. Why are you doing illegal things? Oh, Minico, that's funny. Also, Sketchable, or sorry.
It's one of those corners, like, you could, if you eat too much of that curve, it's going to throw you wide. And then if you miss the apex, there's no way you're making that corner.
Yeah, you're done for. Well, let's go ahead and take a look at our championship leader, Mr. Marcus Libbs. He's coming around turn 1 right here. Let's see if he can improve on that time that he's got right now on the board. It's a 15-0, almost 4/10 away from pole right now. But we all know Marcus Libbs has clutch in his blood. He just knows how to pull this thing out of nowhere. He's about to come across that sector 1 marker. How much up is he right now? Half a tenth right now. Not too much, but I think he may have just had a really bad sector 2, as that seemed ridiculously fast through that quick left-hander. We're talking about throwing yourself through and eating a curb. Incredible lines. Oh my god, that chicane is just ridiculous. That is picture-perfect perfection right there for Marcus Libbs. Coming around the middle of this sector 2. Can he throw this thing together and link every single corner right? He's only got about 4 more to go. Uses all the track he can on that exit right there. He's 2/10 up right now. This is actually possible. It's possible. It looked really good through sector 2. I'm not going to lie. It looked freakishly fast. What will Marcus Libbs get in this final sector. He's using all that track on the outside, the penultimate corner. Final corner comes here. Drix puts a 14.628, so Marcus has a lot of work to do, but did he get that work done on his way up to this final corner? He does not! A 6.84! Just 0.06 of a second away. Cookie is not going to set any faster as well. He is on a slow lap right here. He's done. Cookie at a 14.693 will be his best Sketchy Bull, holding down 5th. The Supply Raptor spinning it. No, he was cooking. Supply Raptor was about to go put down a lap. Oh, make sure he doesn't get the way of that Ferrari. That Ferrari scared the heck out of me. That was Marcus Lib's AI, luckily enough. But Supply Raptor is done. And Arcadia, I think, might be the last one to put one. He's not going to do it. What about Snaky?
He's validated. Yeah, he's pulling in.
Snaky is going, though. But he's only 0.03 of a second better than what his best time was prior to this. Oh, no. Supply Raptor has gotten himself a 5th place. And Snaky will improve just a couple positions.
Out of the top 10.
It does. And that will bring Miniko up into the top 10. So no, so Supply Raptor, that is brutal. But Sketchy Bull has held down 5th with Drix taking home pole, Ryan Newton in 2nd, Marcus Libs in 3rd, and Cookie in 4th. They are neck and neck once again, our championship protagonists. Though they're not occupying P1 and P2, P3 and 4 will do. Tolby, was this the closeness you were looking for?
Sketchy Bull is the story of the day.
Oh, for sure.
Like, Sketchy Bull P5.
Yeah, this is crazy.
I mean, it's still 0.2 off, but still, I mean, I'd be tickled pink. I'm sure he's tickled pink being 0.2 off of Cookie, Marcus, Ryan, and Drake.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's got to feel surreal for himself. So he says, my heart is pumping so fast, I may have a heart attack. Well, Sketchy Bull, you got to save that heart attack for the end of the next 35 laps because you got to get through this track as best as you can, and you're going to have your work cut out for you for sure. With Supply Raptor taking that 5th-place grid penalty, it's going to move everybody up some spots. So Eruption, Giants Fan, Bop, Xylo, and Miniko will actually take up the final 5 spots of the top 10. And then, of course, Supply Raptor down to 11th. That's going to hurt for sure. But Snowman says Sketchy Bull is about to get violated. That's no faith.
I wasn't going to say anything.
Yep. No faith. I think he's got it. I don't know. I think he's got it. I see some good results from tonight, but obviously the story on top of Sketchy Bull is Drix grabbed himself a pole position. Great lap from him. 0.03 of a second. Look at this top 4. 0.03 of a second to Ryan Newton. 5.5 hundredths to Marcus Lib, and 6.5 hundredths to Cookie. That is crazy talk how tight it is.
Insanity.
All the way down. It takes you all the way down to 18th place to get outside of a second. So the only people not within a second are Mod, who's a literal tier 3 driver, and Gamer, who jumped in after not playing all day, or for like over a week. So everybody that regularly plays this game is within 1 second of each other. We're there. We're at that spot of racing quality. This is craziness. Great laps from everybody.
I'm glad that the league's gotten like this.
It's so fun, dude.
There was a lot of years where you had the 1 or 2 outstanders that just annihilated everybody.
Yeah.
And now it's all across all the tiers. It's a lot closer than it's ever been.
It's so fun to see just like how intense it's gotten. You're right. That's the league just gets better, and faster every single season. It's obviously the fastest, most competitive tier 1 we've ever seen in history for Moose Racing League, and it's only going to get wilder as we're about to get into this race right here. It's going to be a dry race as well, is what it looks like. So we should likely have no rain-induced safety cars. Now, safety cars, they come from every single form. It's never just the rain that causes them. So we definitely might still get a few. How many do you think we're going to get here tonight, Tolby?
I'm going to say 2. One's going to be right off the bat. Something's going to happen in the turn 1. Turn 1 seems very, very wide, and it's not at the same time. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It looks wide, but everyone thinks it's wider than it is. It's always a very colliding spot.
That's a good way of putting it. People do think it's wider than it actually is. I couldn't agree with you more on that one. It is quite deceptive. And, these tier 1 drivers, they're all going to give it everything they got every single time they go into any single corner. So I know they're going to be pushing the limits. We shall see what happens. Gamer's mad because he's mad that Sebi outqualified him. I guess Sebi won't be going to tier 2 anymore. Sebi actually not even getting outqualified by Gamer. That's crazy. Gamer says, I got lapped 2
We'll bring
seasons ago
Yellow
here.
Snowman back up to tier 1.
We just might. You never know. Well, hey, we do have some lights coming pretty soon. I hear the countdown starting. I hope you guys are ready for some Moose Racing the action here in round 6 at Netherlands. It's time to go racing. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lights are on. And they're off to the races. Strix with a decent launch with Ryan Newton, a slightly better one. Marcus Libs, the best out of the top 3. He's going to make his way through the middle, starting the race. He's like, no, I'm not going to lose this spot at all. Ryan Newton cannot defend it all. He goes all the way back to 4th, and Marcus Libs leading after turn 1 with a ridiculous send through the middle of Cookie and Drix. Drix and Ryan Newton, excuse me. Ryan Newton all the way down to 5th now. Drix fighting off Cookie. He wants to hold the 2nd spot, but it's going to be the Red Bull and the Outsmart, and they're making a little bit of contact coming through turn 3 and 4. It's still side by side. It's really sketchy, but Sketchy Bull, speaking of which, in 5th, and that's Drix getting clipped a little bit by Eruption. Sketchy Bull right behind, waiting in tow for something to happen. Ryan Newton all the way down to 19th. No, Ryan Newton looks like he's had a little bit of a moment. He's definitely got some broken stuff right there. Ryan Newton all the way down to the bottom, and he is in last place after a ridiculously impressive qualifying. Unfortunate to see how that's
still intact. I wonder if it's rear. I hope it's not rear.
Something looks off. Look at the way he's driving. And there goes Minico, actually going to go ahead and go through as well. Minico down 10 positions. Master Turtle down 6, but everybody else all the way up. Ryan Newton getting super unlucky, but Marcus Libs, that was the star of the show right there from a start. That was unbelievable from Marcus Libs. And Sketchy Bull has held himself there in 5th. Almost made it up and passed up Drix. That would have been a great moment for himself, but he didn't quite get it. Let's go ahead and take a look at the tires, because I'm wondering if that did have anything to do with it. It did. Marcus Libs on the softs, as well as Eruption. Bops, Drew Lassard, Hitch, Sebi, and Mod all opting for softs. Then only a few drivers taking hards. It's Drix, which makes sense for me, knowing Drix very well. Supply Raptor, Gamer, and Master Turtle, and everybody else in the mediums. Pog says Drix has to be on the hards. He knew. That seems to be his strat, doesn't it, Tolby?
Yeah.
He always takes it.
He likes to go the hardest compound first. But, I mean, we've seen him at, late race be on the softer tires, and he just makes up positions. I mean, that's what he tried to do last week. It just didn't work out. He got really unlucky.
Yeah, that's very true. Now, you can see the tire advantage working in Marcus Lib's favor exceptionally well. He's literally already gapped out over a second on Cookie, and it's not even been 2 laps yet. That's insane, man. He is absolutely flying here at the start of this race, and we've got obviously Eruption right behind him, just holding on to the back of Cookie. The back of Cookie, saying, "All right, go ahead and drag me along for a little bit." And then Drix only 1.2 seconds away from the soft tire Eruption. So Drix still on pretty impressive pace, but he's just going to be creating a DRS train behind him. That train, though, immediately is actually truncated by Giants Fan, who's 1.3 off, and then we start to get some big pods. So a little different than what we're used to seeing here in Tier 1. Usually the top, 10 to 15 is like one giant train. But because this crazy amalgamation of tire strategies, we're seeing a whole lot of differentness. What do you think we're going to see for the rest of this race?
I think it wasn't just the tire difference. I think it was whatever happened with Ryan. Because I know he fell back off the start, but then I saw him kind of, I don't know if he full spun or if it was a half spin and he caught it. When they were coming out of 1 down towards 2.
That definitely could be it. And now we do have a spin. It's Master Turtle creating a yellow flag. He's still alive, though. Master Turtle and the Mercedes now many seconds away from the next closest competitor, that of Mod. Pretty far off for her, for sure. Yellow Snowman says, "That is my alien." Of Marcus Libs. He's very alien based. This just does not seem human at all. It's making it work. Who's your standout right now? Is it Sketchy Bull and Bops, or is it somebody else?
It's Sketchy Bull Bops, for sure. I mean,
Yeah.
they're holding it. I didn't look at their tires.
Soft and medium versus Drix's hards.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. But I mean, Drix is still holding. I mean, he was 1.8.
Yeah.
He's just lost a lot of time.
He did lose a lot. Yeah, I think these hards are starting to maybe not give him the best, grip for sure on the exits. This track is very corner heavy, high downforce track. Almost everybody's going to be running a 50 or a 49 front wing, and pretty close to that on the rear. So, all these guys are going to be relying on a lot of tire grip for sure.
Come back to him, though.
Xylo's out.
Oh, Xylo.
Oh, the final corner, Xylo's out.
That's not in the pit.
No, he's gone wide.
Or VSC.
Oh, wow. Yeah. It'll just stay. No, it's a full safety car. I'm seeing the safety car pull out. There it is.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, my gosh. Marcus Lips.
An eruption already with a 3.
How do you do that? That's incredible. Marcus Lips is not going to be happy about this one. His tires, he was starting to pull away a little bit on Cookie, and now he's got to find a little bit more speed after the safety car restart. He's not going to be stoked about this. The Ferraris, though, look at that. First and third.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's the risk you take when you start off on the softs.
That's true. Yeah. It is definitely a risk. It's paid off to a certain extent, but not fully. We'll see what they're going to do for sure. It looks like Marcus is going to go ahead and go in. Eruption. Trying to stay nice and slow. I think he's debating whether or not he wants to go in. There he goes. Yeah. He wasn't sure whether or not he wanted to go in. So Eruption has decided to go in. Slowed himself down a little bit, probably about as much as he can do while still staying legal without, slowing down the rest of the pack too much. Because Marcus Libs and Eruption otherwise would be double stacking. But now Marcus Libs and Eruption do not double stack. Eruption with a quick change. Back out there. But he will lose a lot of positions. He's going to put on the hards along with Marcus Libs going on the medium. So they've now alternated their strategy. Marcus Libs will come out in front of an Alpine of Gamer. Pretty impressive. Pretty important for him. So now Bops is the next person to come out of the pits. Eruption did get held up a little bit. Hold on a second. Technically, net positions. Technically, Marcus Libs, Bops, Eruption.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's crazy.
Go Bops.
That's crazy. Bops is putting it down tonight. But yeah, Sketchy Bull is in third right now. Stop the count, everybody. It's happened. He's put himself into a podium position. Watch out. Cookie and Drix obviously opting to stay out along with Giants Fan and Snaky. Gamer did stay out, but it only puts him in 7th. He didn't even get in front of all the pitters because Marcus Libs still found a way to pit, put on new tires, and come out in front of Gamer. So, wow, he was going fast.
So Marcus and Bops coming off the softs. Do you
Yes.
think mediums was a good call? Or
Yes.
do you think they should have went hards and run it to the end?
Honestly, the mediums last such a long time, and these hard runners, they're not going to want to go to the end. Like, at the very end, if they try to do it, they're going to be a solid 2 to 3 seconds a lap slower than softs.
Right.
And the softs can easily get you 10 to 12 laps here. Quite easily. So if you were to go right now for a medium until the last 10 laps and then softs, if you're getting 3 seconds every single lap, that gives you 30 seconds of extra pace over somebody in front of you. And this pit stop, I think, is only like 23, 24 seconds. So
I haven't been racing, so I didn't do any practice to any of for tire strat or anything like that, so I just didn't know.
yeah, if
what
I
the
recall
tire
correctly,
deck is.
if I recall correctly, the pit stop here is just over 20 seconds. It's not a long one. It's not like Silverstone where it's like 50 seconds. It's huge, It entirely depends on the track, and this is a quick one. So, yeah, you never know. You never know. Also, it sounds like Edge wants to brag to me because he got himself points in Tier 2 for the first time. Congratulations. You shouldn't be in Tier 2. That's crazy. That's insane. Impressive. By the way, Snowman says, Eruption probably picked up 1 or 2 warnings from the start with Drix. That's quite possible as well, yes. Definitely possible. That could be why he has his penalty right now. Stebby and Minico going ahead and taking a pit stop, and Ryan Newton is still out there, but even though he didn't pit under he pit under the first bit of the safety car, he still hasn't caught up to everybody who pit under the second lap of the safety car, being Minico and Stebby. So he was really far back. Oof, Ryan Newton, fall from grace.
Yeah,
I mean,
he's still got plenty of laps. Plenty of laps.
Yeah, tons. And like I said, these mediums can easily take you 15, 20 laps. Pretty easy. Giants Fan, on those 5-lap old mediums, along with Sketchy Bull, Cookie, and Snaky, they can take those all the way to the point they can get some softs on at the very end as well for the last, 15 laps. But they're going to be struggling for the final 5, for sure, regardless. Your softs really get about 8 to 10 laps of good. And then after that, it's drivable, but it's tough. So we'll see what's going to happen. We're about to get the safety car coming in right now. How did I know? Take a little sip of my drink.
Yeah, from what I remember of this track, this is not a track that's fun when your tire wear is high.
It gets pretty gnarly for sure. Now, Cookie is slowing us down big time. He's staying at that 50-mile-an-hour mark. He does not want to go any faster. Wants to be nice and slow, burning off a lot of fuel right here as well. Very slow restart for Cookie right here. Just holding the pack at a slow trundle. Drix looking antsy for sure, waiting for Cookie to hit that go button and turn that loud pedal on. But Cookie is waiting a long, long, long time right here. He's going to wait till he's on the straights. Drix, will he call this one? He does not call it. Cookie, great launch. And Sketchable did call it, though.
I think Sketchy has Drix, yeah.
Oh, my gosh. Sketchable with a chance at making a dive into turn 1. He's going to go for it. Maybe. No, he shouldn't. He takes a nose. Sketchable might get a better exit. Doesn't quite. No, him and Drix collide. Oh, no. Sketchable's middle track. Uh-oh.
Oh, no. How did they live? How did he live through that? How did Sketchable's car live through that?
I have no idea. And Drix is probably the maddest person to walk the face through the... Drix and Xylo both out in that collision. Along with Supply... No, sorry, it's not Xylo. Drix and Supply Raptor both out in that collision. Oh, no, man. Sketchable was just stuck in the middle of the track. And now, from top to bottom, we were giving him all the love. Oh, he's glitched past somebody? It's weird. We were giving him all the love, and now he's way down in the back. Cookie, gonna restart us one more time. That was silly. That was silly of Sketchable. I think he was
on board with them. I don't know if... Who was behind them? Because it didn't look to me like Sketchable touched him.
He definitely did. He definitely did.
Did he?
Yeah, for sure. He pulled that right rear of Drix down, and then just they smacked the wall on the right side. It was one of those spots where I think Sketchable just thought that he could make the move and get the better exit. And he technically wasn't not entitled to the space type of thing. He technically could have gone for it, but it was not a smart thing to do. It was a mistake for sure. And we'll definitely see what happens with the I mean,
they were pretty close to side by side on the exit.
Correct.
But yeah, on the inside, like he could have waited, but I mean,
yeah, it was a little bit rough.
I think he just went for it because he was like, okay, this is the one time I get at Drix. Because after that, he's probably not going to get another shot.
Correct. He was probably thinking like, this is my spot. I gotta take it. You know, the chance is here, and it's just not there. But yes, welcome by the way to a new viewer from Australia, Bryce. Welcome in. Yeah, it's gonna get even more nuts. Get ready, man. We got a championship fight between the guy in first and third right now, and the guy in third, Marcus Libs, is on fresh tires still. Eruption sitting in fourth, Bob's in fifth, still right there in the fray for sure. Arcadia in sixth, Drew Lassard in seventh, Mark 7 Hitch in eighth. Great spot from him. Mod in the points in ninth on some softs. Interesting strat from him, but seems like it's working. And Minico rounding out our top 10 right now. Great recovery from him. Ryan Newton and Giants fan, though, right next to each other. Though Giants fan opted to pit under that second safety car along with Gamer, Turtle, Throat Yogurt, and, of course, Sketchy Bull. We'll see what the stewards say on that one. I don't know, man. For my initial POV, it looked like it's probably a racing incident, but not a smart move from Sketchy Bull. It was just not. Right. He just should have backed it.
Well, the fact that the incident didn't happen on entry
happened
that
after
to me
exit
was fine. It was on the exit, which I mean, Sketchy Bull was there. I just don't know. I would have to see onboards on both.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Steering angle, everything like that, because like Pat in chat says he thinks Sketchy got turned in on.
Yep.
But I don't know. I mean,
we'll see.
That's what we have stewards for.
Exactly. We're not the ones in charge of making the decisions. So anything you hear from us, take it with not just a grain, but like a bucket of salt, because we could be totally wrong.
A lot of it.
It's happened so many times where we've called like, oh, it's definitely this guy's fault, and then not even slightly. Oh, Sketchy Bull's decided to retire. I think he might have had full body damage, maybe rear wing or something like that. But he's retired in the pits. So Sketchy Bull's out actually. Oh man.
Yeah.
Minico though, I don't know how he lived through that one as well. Sounds like he's in a party with Minico right now, and yeah, Minico I guess was freaking out. I mean they were driving through a minefield. I can't wait to see the stewards report to look at that. Cause dude, it looked like a minefield after that crash. I don't know how
Sketchy's car made it through that, because his car flew.
Like, yeah, it sounds like he had orange body damage.
He got annihilated.
Yeah.
Yeah, which I mean,
that makes sense.
The car should have blew up right there. But.
I know. I think it's because he got T-boned rather than hitting a nose or a tail wheel or something like that by another car. I think he got straight T-boned. That it only gave him the body damage instead of a actual wheel coming off, which equals the DNF. That seems to be the thing with this game, is your wheel has to come off for it to be considered a DNF. An undrivable car.
Yeah, IRL it would have looked like whose Haas was that? 2022, I think. Was it
Mick,
K-Max?
where he spun in
it
Saudi
was
Arabia
Mick
and then,
at
like split
Monaco.
in half.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
was it Saudi?
Oh, and Monaco. It was both him, both places actually.
Yeah, where the car looked like it just broke in two.
Yeah,
Anyway,
yeah, split in
we're
half.
going
Yep.
back racing.
We were about to go back racing with a Haas. Speaking of Haas, sitting in second, that's Snaky. Insane recovery from his qualifying. His qualifying was not that impressive. So for him to be up here in second is pretty great. But he's obviously one of two people yet to pit. So that explains why he's there. Cookie, though, just staying out, expecting another safety car coming soon. And once again, a very slow restart from Cookie. Taking it real easy. He says, we're going to hold 30 today. But he goes early this time around. And that's going to be a huge lunge from Snaky. Him and Cookie almost make a collision coming through the final corner on their way in the safety car restart. Marcus Libbs had a popcorn-worthy view right there of that one. But no collision happens, and they make it safe through turn 14. A late break from Snaky, a little bit later than it was for Cookie. And even later one for Marcus Libbs catches up to the top two right here. Eruption right there in fourth on the old hards. They're not old, but 5-lap old. He's got Bops right behind him, who's on fresher mediums, or the same wear, but on fresh mediums. 2 tenths out. Do we see Bops making a move anytime soon, or do you think Eruption's going to hold him?
He's on Eruption's still on the hards, right?
He is.
I mean, Bop's tire advantage. I think it's just a matter of time.
Marcus Libbs got a little bit too aggressive right there into the chicane. Tried to make a nose in on Snaky and just not the spot for it. He probably should stay behind. He's definitely feeling impatient.
People that try to overtake in that spot.
You can't do it.
I've never understood people that try. I mean, I've seen it happen.
So hard.
It's so dangerous.
It's the risk reward. Just in my opinion, isn't quite there. I mean, look at this. Look at the pace differential that he has, though. He was 8 tenths away after that mistake, and now he's only 4 tenths out from Snaky. So, like, obviously, he's got the pace advantage like nobody's business. He's getting over a tenth per corner right now. It's crazy how much faster he is. But it just still wasn't quite worth it right there. Snaky's actually burning some energy as well just to hold himself off from the onslaught that is this Ferrari. Oh, he's going to go for it. Yeah, had to. Oh, dude, look at the way that he hits that brakes, too. He, like, puts on hardcore brakes, but then he lifts halfway through his braking zone to nose up even more because he noticed that Snaky gave him the room. It's really smart tactics right there from Marcus Libbs. Does make the move done. He's going to take a wider line through turn 2 to go ahead and defend it as well. And he's through out of that turn 3 kink, going up the hill into turn 4. So Marcus Libbs sits in second right behind his championship rival, Cookie. Remember, Cookie 2 points to the deficit of Marcus right now. So it's all on the line right here with the top 2. It's going to get spicy for sure. Our DRS train is back. This time, we're not getting the big pods like we had on the original start. Every single driver is technically within DRS range right now. Rich Sebby's barely hanging on, but all of them are in DRS.
Snaky just had a snap mistake. Lost a couple tenths to that corner.
Yeah, I saw that one as well. That's going to allow Eruption to get right up behind him. Do we think Eruption's going to get impatient? Oh, he almost did right there. And took a nose to the tail. Right. Oh, I got a good aerial view right as it happened. Ooh, Eruption actually looking a little bit sketchy right there. Gets a big tail slapper under braking, but he does catch it. Bop's getting some tail action on exit. So all these drivers looking a little antsy right here. I mean, when you see antsiness on track, I always say that there's a chance for a mistake. So I don't know, man. Do we think we see an incident coming soon?
I mean, I think everyone's learned from the first two.
You say that.
I
hope you're right.
We're gonna see it. I don't think we'll see it the other way, unless. I mean, you never know.
Yeah, never know. Snaky now is outside of DRS range. She's creating a big train, and then it looks just like the championship. Look at this, where Snaky and everybody else is just in their own game, and then it's just Marcus and Cookie way out in front. It is very reminiscent of a 2021 Red Bull Mercedes kind of run. It is tight between these two, really tight, and it's going to come down to the wire. I guarantee. It's only a 4-lap difference on tire wear, and Cookie's obviously had a lot of those laps under safety car, so they're not really worn down too much. It's probably only about a 10% difference, is my guess. Not much more.
Yeah,
so,
I think that it's gonna come down to the last race. No matter what.
Oh, yeah,
no
for
matter
sure.
what happens, I think it's these two final races of the season. Everybody else just get out of the way.
Yeah, I agree. Now, we got some more battles going on a little bit farther back down on the grid. It was Mod and Minico having a nice little tussle. Two team principals meeting out on track instead of in the Discord, and they're doing a great job putting down some great laps. Obviously, Miniko going ahead and getting the best of them, and that's going to be Snaky losing out to Eruption right there. Eruption now 2 seconds away from the top two. Drew and Mark 7 Hitch swap positions going into turn 1. A couple more swaps might come lower down. It's going to be Ryan Newton and Throat Yogurt actually side by side going up into turn 2. Are they going to make it through? They're fighting for last place on track right now, but they're fighting hard. I like how they're fighting as if it's for first. I like this kind of racing.
I think Ryan has to have some kind of major damage to his car.
He's, I mean, look at the way he just handled that corner. He got through, Throat Yogurt. I still can't believe it's Throat Yogurt. He got through him.
Best name ever.
It's something else, man. He got through no problems, what it seemed like. So I think whatever woes he had, it may have been more mental than it actually is car damage. If it is light damage, if it is damage to the car, it's going to be light. But he does seem pretty far off his, pace that we saw in qualifying. Higher up.
That's what we normally see from him. I mean,
That's true.
He's a reserve, and he's up there every race.
That's a very good point. Now, higher up the race, or higher up the grid, we got Bops fighting it off with Snaky. Bops looking for a move, actually, because Snaky's now outside of DRS, so Snaky's going to have no defense.
Oh, Gamer.
Going to turn 1. Gamer. Oh, he's done. Oh, yeah, losing positions. He's going to go ahead and go to the pits. Interesting for him. Oh my gosh.
No, my bad, was
Snaky.
Risebi lost like 4 positions also.
Ooh, Mercedes the Haas and
not having a good
Bops.
day.
Oh, those three all having a little bit of a tussle. Arcadia making the worst out of it, for sure. Snaky somehow, held himself from losing 2 positions. Honestly, it looked like Arcadia was going to get him, but it was some pretty intense defense, and that's Bops all the way up into 4th. Bops is killing it tonight. He's 1.5 seconds away from the leader, so he's got a lot of work to do. Miniko and Drew are going to go side by side into this fast left-hander. No, they're not. Oh, they're actually going to do it. Oh my gosh, they're actually making it work? No, they're not. Yeah, there goes Miniko wide. And there's a safety car. Oh man, is it? It's, I hate to say it. Guess who caused the safety car? It's another one. It is I think a self-inflicted spin from Rich Sebi, which causes another safety car. I could not be a self-inflicted spin, but he did seem like he was in no man's land. So if it was self-inflicted, I think that's the 4th safety car caused by Rich Sebi this season from self-inflicted spins.
Well, I know he was in front of Ryan, Throat Yogurt, Turtle, and he came out of a corner and started to spin, and somebody hit him in the side, so he might have some side pod damage or 4 damage.
He's got no wing, no front wing, that's for sure. He's looking like an anteater out there right now. Oh, man. Also, you got another fan in here. We got Matthew Herrera. Do you know who that is?
Oh, I know.
It's Midnight. Yep. He's happy to see you.
Is it Midnight?
Yeah, it is. Yep.
We gotta make a rule where you have to change your YouTube name to your
to your gamer tag. Yeah.
Yeah, or your gamer tag, something.
Yeah. Well, it's interesting strats right here now. Cookie deciding to go in. The top 4 all staying out. It's both Ferraris and both Williams deciding not to pit, and literally every other car has gone into the pits. Not a single one has not. That's hilarious. Just 2 teams have said, nah, pits are for losers. You guys have fun. And they've stayed out.
20 laps left.
The only person who can make this, technically, is Eruption. Will it suck at the end? Absolutely. But now Eruption's in a really tough spot because he's got his teammate in front of him, which he's going to double stack with when they decide to go into pit, because I know they're both going to want to pit at the same time. They're going to want to both put on softs at the very end. That's definitely what they're looking for. Eruption, though, has a chance in, honestly, now, he could get on mediums and take them to the end. Those who are on hards right now to the end are just going to have slightly better tires at the last few laps, but it's going to be rough for the first few. I would choose mediums, personally. Now, I'm obviously not a tier 1 driver for a reason. It could be the stupidest decision in the world. But I would choose mediums. What would you be choosing right now, Tolby?
Mediums.
Taking them 20? Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so. They'd be on about 55% wear at the end of it. You could easily make it work. We were already on 3rd safety car right now. So, 4th? 3rd safety car.
4th, because that first one was a VSC first, so that
You're
counts.
Right. You're right, it was. So yeah, we're getting close to the end of our safety cars. So you can't really rely on any more than one more. And even then, it's going to be tough to get one more, in my opinion. I think we might go 20 to the end. This could be famous last words. We could get one going to turn 1 on the restart. But, that's... So is racing. But, if you don't get another safety car, I think the mediums are definitely going to be your move. If you do get... Or sorry, the hard. I still think the mediums are your move regardless of what happens. Personally. Also, it sounds like Sebi has self-inflicted spin himself again to another safety car. Oh, man. Oh, man. Sebi, can you count that for me? I think that is 4 this season. It might be 5. It might be 5. I'm sure we shall hear some grief in the Discord for that one. Oh, man. I'm curious what happened.
So yeah, it's gonna play out pretty well in between Marcus and Cookie here, because Cookie just put it on the hards.
Mm-hmm.
And Marcus there's no way Marcus doesn't pit. And like you said, I don't think there's gonna be another safety. I didn't think there was gonna be this one.
I didn't think so either. Yeah.
So I think Marcus is gonna be in a tough spot.
I think so too. This is gonna be interesting. I'm concerned, stoked. I don't know. This is gonna be interesting. This is gonna be very interesting. You know, none of us can predict how this is gonna end at this point, but what we can predict is it's gonna end in fireworks. As safety car is going in this lap, Marcus Libs will be restarting us here at lap 16, going into lap 17 of round 6 here in Tier 1's Season 10 Championship. Let's see what happens. Sebi says, at least I'm in the lead for something. Most DNFs. I'm sure you probably are. Please don't cause another safety car. Good luck, everybody. Let's go racing here tonight. And that's Marcus Libs going equally as slow as Cookie has, but he's going to get an earlier launch out of it. And Eruption definitely caught a little bit sleeping his teammate, but that's going to slow down everybody behind him more than anything else. Bob's bit of a rough exit out of the final corner, and that's going to let Cookie right into the race right here on Mark 7 Hitch. Hitch, almost nothing he can do against this this onslaught from Cookie. Yeah, he's going to have the draft. He's going to have the overspeed on exit. It's going to be a big lunge from Cookie. Going to easily make it done. And that's Bob's missing turn 1 entirely, and he's going to go side by side into Cookie.
Wide.
Almost kills him. Bob's coming off against his teammate. I don't know if I like this one. Oh, going to get totally bonked from behind from Snakey. Snakey going to go for another bonk maybe, but he's going to pass up Mark 7 Hitch. Hitch down multiple positions on this restart with that lack of tire grip compared to everybody else. Arcadia going to look for a move probably sooner than later. He's not going to want to do it before this fast left-hander. Everybody behind him, nice to be patient. They're not going to want to be, though. Nobody in this tier likes to be patient. Why would you be patient when you could not be? You know?
Absolutely.
Is that the best way of describing it, too? Why be patient when you could...
side by side to the chicane. Mark 7 Hitch and Art just went side by side to the chicane.
Wow. That's incredible. They're making it, I mean, they're making it work, and it is, Hitch is just getting absolutely annihilated on these old tires. Bob's is barely hanging on as well. He's got 2/10 behind him to Snake, and he's over a second away from Cookie, who's attacking Eruption right now as well. And Eruption's just the defense that Mark Sims needs to hold back this championship aggressor. It's going to be a move going into turn 1. Yeah, it's done. Yeah, there's no way that Eruption can hold this one.
There's nothing Eruption can do.
Oh my gosh, that was close.
Oh.
There was some tire contact. A little bit of it, and that's Bobs and Snakey making the exact same one.
Oh,
Bobs.
back.
Oh, wow. There's action between everybody right here, and it's going to be Eruption trying to make a late lunge. Not going to have a Cookie easy. Going to have the brakes right there. Snakey and Bobs side by side going into turn 2. Or sorry, turn 3. Bobs not going to get the best out of it. And he's going to lose another position. It was only a matter of time, though, and now Snakey 2 seconds away from Eruption, who's been passed up by Cookie, and Cookie is catching on to Marcus Libs so quickly. Do we think Marcus Libs has made a strategy error of the day and is now no longer going to be there? Mark 7 Hitch is out!
7 Hitch out. Safety car. That just saved Marcus. Bops. I mean, it doesn't really save him because they're going to drop down, but...
Oh, no. That's actually horrible for them.
Yeah.
That's literally the worst. They needed this to happen in like 7 to 8 laps because then everybody would want to go in and pit. But now, so many people are going to say, I got nowhere. What's the point? That's the end of the safety cars. We're done. Oh, man. Yeah. Hitch getting probably clobbered. I don't even know what happened right there, but, you know, we'll see, obviously, in the stewards report. Eruption going to go in. He has to. Snakey stays out. Bob's going to go in. Arcadia will stay out. All these people that just pit, they're not going to go in again. Smart move from them. And it's just going to make Bops, Eruption, and Marcus lose tons of positions. Oh my gosh, they might come out to the very back.
We're going to have to remember this at the end of the season. if Marcus can't climb his way back up.
Man, I mean,
Because that might be a title deciding
moment.
decision he made.
Not the pit on the last one.
It might be. It definitely might be. However, Snowman says Libs will be back. He's on mediums now. I have faith. I mean, he's got to put down a stint of his lifetime. He only has 15, about 15 laps or so of racing to go. So he's definitely got time to make it work, and they should be fine. A little bit of shifting around in a safety car that should be happening. But it's nothing's guaranteed here. Marcus Lib's gonna have to give it probably the best stint he's ever had in his whole life. Minico and Giants fan swapping positions. I think Minico accidentally overtook under safety car, so now they've righted the wrong. And Cookie leads the race with Eruption in the back. Marcus Libs and Bops making out those other final few positions. We'll see what happens. Sebi is sitting in 11th place right here. He's in the coveted P11. A little bit of a rough spot for him. Do we think Sebi's going to find his way back up to some points?
I don't know. He's going to have Marcus Bops and Eruption breathing out of his neck pretty quick.
That's true. Now, somebody who's gotten lucky like nobody's business is Mod. Look at where he's at. He's sitting in 4th with both a little bit of good pace and a whole lot of luck, too. It's put him up into 4th off of strategy, effectively, and some decent pace, too. He's leading Giants fan, Minico. Yeah, I know, dude. He's leading some of our strongest drivers in Tier 1. Giants fan, Minico, Master Turtle, Drew Lessard, and Ryan Newton, along with, obviously, Marcus and Bops, all behind him. That is crazy. He's doing a great job. Polar bear in Arlington. That's a scary
place to be. That's a scary place to be.
Jazzy with a really funny comment. He says, Mod P4, something polar bear in Arlington, Texas. Which, ironically enough, there is in Arlington, Texas, and I've been there. That is really funny. You never know what's going to happen here. Someone's saying Mod to replace Sebi in Tier 1 at this rate. Shoot, he's scored more points than you, Sebi, I think. He's not even a Tier 1 driver. Actually, Mod has scored more points. Hold on a second.
I don't know. I got the standings right here.
Yeah, Mod has scored more points than Rich Sebi. Mod sits in 14th in the championship. Rich Sebi, not even visible in the top 22. I don't even see him. Yeah. Wow. That's rough. That's rough. There's our standings right there. Marcus Libs obviously sits in first. Cookie right behind him by 2 points. Supply Raptor. Not a good race for him. Obviously, he got caught up in that big first collision. So he's out of it as well. Ryan Newton sits in 4th. Minico in 5th. Right now, that fight between Ryan Newton and Minico, it's going to be Minico taking the favor on that one. So you never know how this is going to go. But as right now, it looks like Ryan Newton is going to be losing that position to Minico at the end of this race. Currently, safety car will be going in this lap. Likely the last one of the race. Let's see what happens. Marcus Libs, Bops, and Eruption have the drive of their life ahead of them if they can catch up. But they're going to have a lot of work to do. That's who I'm watching. That's who I'm curious about. Cookie obviously going to start us off real slow. No one going to be able to make passes until we get past that start-finish line. And the only ones that really affects more than anybody is Marcus, Bops, and Eruption. Colby, are you ready for this?
Yeah, they're going to be very eager.
Oh, yeah. In fact,
Cookie took off super early this time.
Really, actually, on the exit of the second to last corner, got himself a little bit of a tail slapper. That's going to let people like Mod make up some good spots. And Giants fan might be passing Mod right here going into turn 1. Hold on a second. They might be teammates in endurance racing on iRacing, but they're not teammates here on track. It's the Aston or the Alpha Tauri and the McLaren team principals finding it out, and that might be Giants fan taking the lead. It looks like he is passing up Mod going before turn 2. Good fight for the two of them for sure. Cookie with a nice lead over Snakey, but I know Snakey is not going to want to give it up easy. Where is Ryan Newton? He's made a position on Gamer. Big time makeup right there. And Marcus Libs already up a position off of Throat Yogurt, who's actually dropped himself down to the very back. Marcus Libs is trying to fly. Ryan Newton catches the second 3-second time penalty of the game. And that's a oh no, that's Ryan Newton going out.
Oh, Ryan.
Had a huge mistake from Ryan Newton on the exit right there, and I bet you no safety car. And
we're out.
That's the sign, ladies and gentlemen. No more safety cars. It was a momentary yellow, and the game said, enough is enough. We want to see racing. I say the same thing, but that's not going to be good for Marcus, Bops, and Eruption. It's a confirmed we're done with safety cars. Marcus Libs needs to fly and chop up this field as fast as he can. He's got Sebi in front of him. Sebi obviously has had a couple issues this season, as he's already had today in this race. Ryan Newton being out of that race is brutal. I don't know if it was a self-inflicted mistake or something, but he looked like it was just an uncontrollable tail slapper. So we Rich Sebi taking the inside defense line, burning his energy. Marcus Libs says, all right, go ahead, try to defend that inside line. I'll take the outside on you. There's no way he makes it stick. I bet you he does. Yeah, he does. Yep, there you go. See you later, Rich Sebi. Marcus Libs just gone, girl. He's like, yep, that was enough for me. And Marcus still within a second of the next guy. He's flying. What do you think?
He has no choice. He knows Cookie's leading. He has no choice but to hang it all out.
Yeah, he's
all or nothing.
He's got to go for it. Do we think we see Marcus get himself all the way up into the top 5? No, he's going to make us end here. Oh, Marcus Libs flies his way into the chicane. Huge dive up through the start and stuck it. That's the only way you can do it, is with crazy overspeed and underbraking as well. And that is a drastic difference over the two drivers. I don't know if you watched the Haas's line. There was nothing he could do to catch up to the late break of Marcus Libs, who somehow stuck that. I don't get how he did that, but that was unbelievable. That was unbelievable. That was a ridiculous pass. That's the overtake of the day right there. That's crazy.
Yes, definitely.
That was unbelievable. Now, Gamer is obviously in the firing zone of Marcus Libs. Snaky losing pace to the top right there. Snaky almost 8/10 away from Cookie. Cookie is flying as well on those decently used hards. Arcadia Giants fan. Mod obviously going to have a bit of a rough time at the very end of this one. Mod and Minico still fighting it. Lap after lap. They're going back and forth. And now Minico's taking the lead against them. And Mod might lose another one to Master Turtle.
Mod.
I think Mod be able to hold it, though. Mod might.
No.
It's still side by side. Mod barely loses that, but he's going to try to switch back underneath him. Will not have it. Master Turtle, great move from him. Mod being smart about being the reserve. You got a yellow flag in the back. Oh, no! It's Drew Lassard and Sebi. Oh, Drew Lassard and Sebi having a collision. Once again, just the yellow flag, no safety car. Nobody died, though. So, there's something. But that is not going to be good for everybody else. Another confirmation that we are done with safety cars. Man, I don't know about Marcus right here. I don't think he's going to make himself to top 5. I think that's too far. What do you think?
Still got, it'll be 12 at the line?
I think so. Yeah.
He's the one's right in front of him, so the first, it's going to be close.
Yeah.
He can see everybody needs to pass to get to 5th place.
But, I mean, that's still going to make him lose tons of points against Cookie, because Cookie is only 2 points behind Marcus right now in the championship. So anything different from like a 4th to 5th place finish is going to make Marcus Libs lose this spot right here in the championship standings. It's going to be a super late break from the Alpine, and that's Marcus Libs later on the ending of the breaks. He might get a better exit. No, Gamer might get... Oh, my gosh, huge send from Mod's out!
Mod.
Just a mistake! Mod just overcooking it. And noses the wall.
On Marcus's cam, and just like I just saw an AlphaTauri go flying into the wall. I don't know if there's contact or it's self-inflicted, but
it looked entirely self-inflicted. We're only 3 drivers away from an Oprah race right now, and that's Gamer getting passed up right now by Eruption and Marcus. Oh my gosh, they're still side by side. No, Eruption! Gets a little bit overzealous on throttle and may have slightly collected the Alpine of Gamer. Got himself off to the side. Now Marcus Libs only 2/10 away from 6th. And just over a second away from 5th.
I don't think you'll have a problem with Minico. Minico's on some pretty old hards.
Yeah.
So.
He's on the second oldest set of tires on the grid. Throat Yogurt, obviously, number 1 right there. The oldest one. Still can't believe that. I'll never get used to that name. Do you think you will?
Yeah, I love it. I love that name. When he joined, if I found out that was his gamer tag, I was like, that overtook Kiss My Axe for the best gamer tag in the league.
I'm glad you like it. He loves it too. Minico putting up some hardcore defense on Marcus Libs, though. Does not want to let Marcus through. And Marcus, you can see that braking advantage that he has over Minico. It's massive. The hard part is he has to have a better exit to be able to utilize that good braking advantage. Oh, look at this. Oh, no, Minico. Oh. Uh-oh.
That's a NASCAR pass.
That's a NASCAR pass and a penalty on the grass right there. Oh, no. Minico not going to feel too stoked about that one. He's down to the 9th. Marcus Libs up into 6th, but almost certainly going to collect the penalty for that one. In fact, he goes wide. May have some damage.
There goes Bob's.
Oh, my gosh.
I don't know.
I'm not sure either. That seemed like a big mistake right there for Marcus Libs. Yeah, I'm not sure
I don't
what.
see wing damage.
I don't see any. It
Not
might be
visible
very
anyway.
light. Yeah. But his charge for a top 5 is looking pretty much impossible. Now it's just a question of who's going to get second. Because look at Cookie, 2 seconds away from Snaky. He's just gone, man. Oh, boy. Also, Kiss My Axe is mad at you for replacing him as his favorite name in the league.
Sorry, you still got P2. It's all right.
Still podium, technically. I mean, silver medals aren't that bad, right? Drew Lusar catching himself penalty. Oh, no. That's tough. Sebi on brand new softs, I guess trying to steal the fastest lap of the race, but I don't know, Sebi. I feel like Cookie on 10-lap old hards might still be able to take that because he looks way too fast. He's looking unbelievable right now. Who does have the fastest lap right now? I'm curious.
Let's look.
Kamau has put up a good point. We see Giants fan, a bit of a return to form today. He's sitting in 4th, looking rather racy.
Yeah, I was just thinking that.
Yeah, and Arcadia only a 10th away from Snaky in front of him. Giants fan and Arcadia will easily take these mediums to the end. They're still in optimal window right now at 11 laps old. They're easily the faster tire over the hards. It's not even going to change until maybe the last like 3 laps where you really start seeing a difference between the two, and the hards might be able to overtake. But until that point, these mediums are going to be better. And it's just a matter of how quickly can they take advantage of that. I think Arcadia needs to make this pass on Snaky as soon as possible.
I think Arcadia and Giants will probably both get. Well, I don't know.
I think
I'm
Arc will.
gonna take that back.
Giants is going to have a tough time passing him. But Arcadia, I think, has a really good chance at making this move. Not anymore. Just kidding. Crazy launch from Snaky coming out of the final corner. Giants fan, also really good one. But, oh, look at that overspeed. That's ridiculousness. Oh, my gosh. And Snaky just saying, I'll go ahead and tuck in on this one. Oh, Giants fan almost collecting the back of Snaky. Going to get the DRS. Snaky has no DRS and no good exit from Giants fan. Yep, that's going to confirm Giants fan stuck in this position for at least another lap and a half.
The problem is Giants fan still has 83% of his ERS, and Snaky's down below 20.
That's a good point. Arcadia down to 50 as well. He's using some to defend, so...
And the fastest lap belongs to Marcus Lib with a 17.374.
Dang. Yellow flag? It's Rich Sebi. I think he's gone to the pits. No. He spun. Oh my gosh. Rich Sebi has spun himself.
He's spinning going down the...
Wow. At least there's no more safety cars, because otherwise we'd have a safety car again right now from Rich Sebi spinning it. It would be 2 in one race. Honestly, that'd be impressive. We're throwing strays at Rich Sebi right now. Poor guy. Oh, man. Oh, it's rough. Let's see what these guys are going to do at the final bits of this race. Bop still looking rather racy in 6th. Probably going to make a move on Master Turtle sooner than later. It's a decent exit out of the final corner, but it won't be enough to make a pass, although Master Turtle has literally no more battery left. Bop's going to have crazy overspeed going into the first corner. Doesn't want to go too wide and give too much room to that inside line for the Mercedes. Bop's better exit. There it is. Bop's finally has made the pass into 5th. Good racing from him so far. He's been doing a great job today. Giants fan, obviously, currently my standout. Who's your standout?
Giants, probably Bop's, actually.
Really?
I'm just glad to see Giants back up there where he belongs.
That's a good point. I know you guys like to smack talk all the time, but I know obviously there's tons of respect between you two. And yeah, this is definitely where he belongs. He should always be up in the fight and in the fray with the intensity. But yeah, this is interesting to see that it's taken this long for Giants fan to get himself back up into this spot. Giants fan, though, if he plays his cards right, might even snag a podium out of nowhere. We'll see. Tilla's mad. Just didn't draft him, so he's the worst. He never forgets. Tilla, I think your accent is just a little bit tough for him to handle, you know? He's got that Midwest, those Midwest years. He can't really understand you is what it is. So that's really all it is. Oh, that ERS advantage is still so apparent for Giants fan. How long do you think it takes him to start using it?
He just has to... He's going to have to get the move done before those medium tires. The last couple laps... Oh, there he goes, trying to go around the outside.
I was going to say, as we're saying, it looks like he's taking the outside line. Didn't quite stick it. Marcus Libs. Ooh! We'll make it work on Master Turtle. That was pretty filthy. Marcus back up into 6th. He does look like he's still got the pace to make up some positions. Can he catch 1.2 over to Bops, though? That's the real question. And grab that 5th spot. I don't know. And then in front of that, that's the real question as well. I don't know if he'll be able to catch any farther than that. Cookie, though, just want to give him some love. 4.6 seconds ahead of Arcadia. It's just gone. He has said see you later a long time ago.
Yeah, he's just on a Sunday drive at this point.
Yeah. Hey, it is Sunday, isn't it?
Yeah.
Look at that. Hey. When the term of phrase works out
Snaky
perfect.
just way off track.
Yeah, big time. So that Giants fan get even more back up into the fray of this thing. And Arcadia is loving seeing this battle between the two of them right behind him because it's going to let him charge it. No matter yet, he's at 60% energy, not even having to use any of it. And Snaky's burning his energy just to stay in front. Might make a move. I don't think he'll have the overspeed to make a move going into... Oh, my gosh. Late moves from Snaky right there. Giants fan needs to play this smart. Going to try to cut underneath. Yeah, it is. There it is. Oh, Giants fan almost had it, but a snap will take that move away from him. He would have had it, though. And again around the outside goes Giants fan with a late lunge. But it's not going to be enough. These two scrapping so hard for 3rd. And it is for a podium. So I don't blame him for fighting this hard, but... I mean, will this end in a master or a disaster? I don't know.
It's looking like disaster. They keep going like that.
It does at this point. I mean, they're 15 lap old tires for both of them. They're definitely low on grip. Like both of them are. They're starting to run out. And, Giants fan obviously lower on it. Technically, he's got Bops now breathing down his neck, just 3/10 away, who's on fresher tires. And it's going to start making him look both in front and behind. I mean, he's got some rough laps ahead of him for sure. I don't know. Maybe Bob's will make a move.
Those last couple laps are going to be really rough on those mediums.
Yeah. But we've seen how racy they've been the last 5 laps. Think about that. We're on the final 5 laps right now, and that means that Bops and Marcus Libs will have that serious advantage over Giants fan. In fact, there goes Bops. Boom, he's gone. He's got it. It's going to be a dive into turn 1. Yeah, it looks like Giants fan might even back out of this one and just let Bops take it. Yeah, I think he does. Yeah, no, he has to hold the outside. Bops, bit of a snap. Oh, they almost make a big collision. That's going to see Marcus Libs says, thank you so much. I'll take the outside line over you guys, and easily sends it on the outside over the McLaren. Wow, Marcus. He's up in a 5th. We said it was gone. He's already in a 5th. Imagine without that moment that he had, where would he be right now? Would he be in 3rd?
He'd probably be right there. Yeah, he'd probably be right there with Arc.
Oh, yeah. And maybe even catching up to Cookie at this rate. Maybe. I mean, one can only guess, right? But as of right now, I think his pace is catching to Cookie. Let's go ahead and take a look at this gap to leader. Currently 6.8 seconds. Let's see if this gap right here that Marcus Libs has to leader starts to drop. That's the real question. If it looks like it is. Oh, man. Without
it's only 4 laps. Oh, Rich Sebi's up here spun again.
Oh, is he spun? Oh, no. At least everyone's going to be clear of that. But I think he might get lapped. Oh, my gosh. Rich Sebi about to get lapped. Oh, that's rough, man. And there's going to be Marcus Libs. Yeah, he's dead even pace with Cookie right now, actually. Cookie has done an incredible job to hold off this position. Even if Marcus Libs had not had that moment, I think Cookie would still be leading this race right now. So, yeah, I think it's just going to be Cookie's race to win, plain and simple.
Yeah, Marcus just basically damage limitations.
Yeah.
Because it could have been way worse than what it's seeming like it's going to be.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it definitely could have been. I mean,
that pit stop call was just the wrong call. I mean,
there's nothing you can do to predict that, though, because that next safety car after that was such a freak safety car.
Right.
You know, many of them haven't really been fully freak safety cars. So you can kind of guess, like, oh, that's probably going to happen kind of thing. But that final one, there's no way anybody could have guessed that one. So unfortunate, you know, it's definitely messed up a couple of people's strategies, but that is how it goes sometimes. Marcus Libs now actually losing some time to the leader. He's 6.8 away. Back up to that even spot that he was. He's not going to be making a move on Bops anytime soon, I don't think. 4/10 between the two of them. The pair of them both obviously on equal tire wear. Snaky in front of that. Barely holding on to that podium spot away from Bops. Bops wants to take it off of him, though. He's only 3/10 back. With a good enough exit out of this final corner, Bops could maybe make a move going into turn 1, but it's not going to be that exit that he needs. And Arcadia, I think, has very cleanly wrapped up second place right now. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, Snaky, he's more worried about. There goes Marcus on the inside of Fox.
Oh, yeah,
Fox
tried
held
it.
him off.
They couldn't quite make it.
But I think Snaky's just trying to hold Bops off. He's not focusing on trying to pass Arc. I think he's more worried about keeping Bops behind him.
I think you might be right. Now, Minico's went ahead and taken that fastest lap off of Marcus Libs. So that's a team decision right there.
Game. Yep.
That's a team decision.
Smart.
Yep. So Marcus really wanted that extra point. It could make a huge difference at the end of the championship. So that was really smart from Minico to steal that from him. Now, I think what Marcus would love is for his teammate to jump into the pits and grab that, but he's not going to do that because he's in a spot to score some points right now. So no one can take that fast lap off him except for maybe Drew Lassard, who can accidentally take it and help out Marcus Libs a little bit, because at least then it wouldn't be a Red Bull getting it, you know?
Right.
But it's not going to be Cookie, so I guess it really doesn't matter too much. I don't think Marcus is too worried about the Constructors Championship right now. I think he just wants to win the state drivers thing right now. He's going to be 3/10 away from Bops. Bops, though, with a better advantage over Snaky. Let's go ahead and go back to our intervals as we're on the second to last lap right here, ladies and gentlemen. We're near to the end of this race. Snaky only 2/10 away from second place. Bops only 2/10 away from third. It is so tight. Marcus Libs waiting for his spot, but it just doesn't exist yet. Oh, there's some contention right in front of them. Oh, my gosh. Oh. Don't worry about it, guys. I'm just dropping everything. But it's Marcus Libs still waiting in tow, just waiting for a mistake from his compatriots in front. He's not seeing it quite yet. Giants fan obviously holding strong as well in sixth. I don't think Giants fan wants to even get involved in this thing. Would you, if you saw all these scary people in front of you? I'd probably say no.
Me, I'm going for it, but
I love it.
I wouldn't stand a chance against these guys. But people my speed, I'd go for it. Well, depending on who it is. But
That's fair. It's a fair point. Well, somebody who's definitely going to try to make a go for it, I think, on this lap is going to be Snaky. He needs to have a launch of his lifetime coming out of these last two corners to stay on the back of Arcadia, who looks like he's just found some life in those tires in this final sector. It looks like it just might be good enough to hold off second going into the final lap. Cookie is well in the lead, though, 6.5 seconds nearly up in front. Marcus Libs will not make a move on Bops, I think, before he gets to the end. No, he won't. Bops looking for an outside line on the Haas. The Haas going to defend it just perfectly. Bops wants to get the better exit. Does not quite have it yet. No, it's 2/10, 1/10. It's a little bit lower. Bops might be able to find his way through, but I think it's going to be better defense from the Haas to Snaky. Bops taking the outside line. Going to go wide around it, but he's not going to make it work. And that's Snaky with proper defense. Bops has to stay behind. Cannot find himself into that podium spot, but a mistake from the Haas in front will be all he needs to grab a bronze. I think it's done for, though. I don't think Bops will find that mistake coming out of Snaky. He just seems too consistent tonight. And an incredible recovery drive from him, starting dang near the back of the grid. He's found himself on a podium spot as of right now with just about half the lap, or the lap to go. Marcus Libs, though, holding down fifth, wants one more position. Slow the bleed just a little bit more. This is his last sending opportunity, but the mail will not allow that carrier to make a shipment. It's going to have to be Marcus Libs staying back in fifth. Bops will likely hold fourth, and I think Snaky Arcadia will wrap up the final two podium positions, but the first one is going to go to Cookie with a dominant win of 6.1 seconds over second. Arcadia will hold second place, and Snaky will come home in third. Bops in fourth, and Marcus Libs just loses out by a 10th into fifth. Giants fan, great return in sixth. Master Turtle to seventh. Gamer, insane recovery in eighth. Beaten out Eruption, who comes home in ninth, and Throat Yogurt rounds out our top 10. Minico looking for a fast slap. I don't think he'll have it. He already had it, though. So Minico takes home 11th, Drew Lassard into 12th, and Sebi getting lapped on the final few corners. Wow, wow, wow. What a
So this is definitely different
race.
than any of the other Tier 1 races this season.
Extremely different.
Very different. Maxed out safety cars, almost an Oprah race.
Wow.
A win by 6 seconds.
Yeah. We haven't seen one like that in a long time. But as you can tell, safety cars bring more safety cars. Gamer getting driver of the day, I think, personally, should go to Snaky for a ridiculous recovery. Dude, qualifying to finish is insane for Snaky. Of course, Cookie grabbing home the win. great job from him to capitalize on all the moments that he needed to. And then, of course, Arcadia coming home in second, making some good points for the Mercedes. But Snaky from 15th to 3rd. Gamer from last to 8th. Dude, 15th to 3rd is 12 positions, and last to 8th is 12 positions. I don't know how. You give it to Gamer, but I think it was still really, really good. A really good race for him. It was incredible. Marcus Libzo, of course, not going to be stoked about that one, coming home in 5th. I mean,
plus the possible penalty coming.
Could be. Yep. He did finish only enough seconds ahead to be holding off Gamer effectively. Unless it's a 5-second penalty, in which case he technically loses Gamer by a 10th, actually. So, wow. But Arcadia from 13th to 2nd, making up 11 positions as well. Insane race from him. That's ridiculousness, dude. All these guys that did well. Look at the qualifying positions that ended up high up. It's 4th, 13th, and 15th, making up the top 3 spots. Cookie, Arc, and Snaky. Great jobs from all these guys. Would you mind shooting them a message for an interview?
Already have.
Heck yeah. Anybody say yes?
Arc's in the waiting room.
Oh, sweet. Let's go say hi to Mr. Arcadia. Oh, Arcadia, welcome, man. How are you feeling with that amazing finish in 2nd?
Pretty good. It's been a tough season so far.
Yeah, that's a way of putting it.
Yeah.
It's been definitely a little bit rough, but you know what? I think the way that you converted today was truly a masterclass. Like your smart decision making in those last 5 laps was really, I think, what got you that 2nd place. You held it off Snaky brilliantly. It was definitely tough. I could see he started to get some time in the last 2 or 3 laps.
The mediums were just going off.
Yeah, I was gonna ask, were you starting to get a little bit worried in those last 2 laps, or was there a point where you were like, nope, no matter what, I got this?
I think it was fine because I knew he started flashing on as soon as Cookie pulled out a DRS, so I had 60% by then.
Oh, okay.
So I figured I'd be a little bit safe.
Yeah, that definitely does give you a little bit of a little bit of peace of mind for sure. Now the standings are looking definitely better for you now. That's some really good points for you. You're gonna pass up your teammate, and you're almost actually you will dead even tie with Drix, so you'll be moving yourself into 7th place. Actually, no, maybe even beat out Estenba potentially. So. Depending on when the countback. No, the countback, Estenba would be beating you, but you guys would all be tied. You, Estenba, and Drix. That even tie. It'd be Estenba technically on countback with podiums, then you, then Drix. So, I mean, it's tight grid, man. You three.
Getting back up there.
You're getting back up there. How are you feeling about where you might be able to find yourself at the end of this championship? 4 more rounds after tonight.
I think I'm gonna miss a couple because I'll be traveling, but we're here to have fun.
We'll make it work. I mean, great race tonight, man. It was all super fun.
Yep.
You managed the chaos as well brilliantly. Were you anywhere near any of those big moments?
Oh yeah, all of them.
You're maxing them.
I think I was on comments with my teammate, and he was like, "Oh, I don't know how you avoided that," and then he barely avoided it too because he was looking back.
Wow, man. Which one was it that really got you? Was it the one with I want to say Drix and Sketchable?
Yeah, because I was on fully on the grass. I don't know how I got away from that.
Dude, he'll take it. We'll take it for sure.
Yeah.
Well, great race tonight, man. I obviously excited to see you in maybe some more interviews, and enjoy a little bit of travel whenever you do go.
Yep. All right. Thank you, guys.
We'll see ya.
Have a good one.
Well, that's Arcadia. Do we have either Snaky or our race
We
winner
have
tonight?
Cookie. No Snaky.
Oh, it's Cookie. Well, hello, Mr. Race Winner. How are you feeling tonight?
Blessed. Hashtag never give up. Whatever.
Actually, excuse me. I need to rephrase what I said. Not just winner tonight, but also championship leader by a decent margin now. You had a 2-point deficit, and I now think you're winning by 12 points.
Yeah, apparently he took out Minico, so it might be more.
Exactly. Well, I think that's after that penalty. I believe it's 12 points. Without, I think it's 10.
Okay, cool.
But either way, I mean, it's a pretty big swing in your favor. How are you feeling about your championship standings now after that?
I feel better, to say the obvious.
I know.
Nah, he was really quick. It was kind of clear from like the first few laps that it was me and him.
Yeah.
On race pace, pretty equal. But
Oh, yeah.
just kind of with how many safety cars there was, it was kind of just a roulette of who timed it right and who didn't time it right when they just came out of the pits. And
Yeah.
it seems like this week I timed it right.
Yeah.
Just very frustrating because I wanted to actually battle him, but every single time we were near each other on track, someone decided to lose control of their car and wrap around a tree. So
Yeah. Unfortunately, luckily enough, no trees were harmed today, but a lot of barriers were. A lot of barriers.
yeah, I can imagine.
Man, that final corner barrier took a couple beatings from one person specifically too. So,
They they think they're Vettel 2014.
it's definitely a little bit rough. But you know what? I think the way that you handled the chaos was great. Obviously, you not starting on the softs is probably what ended up winning you the race. Honestly, more than anything, because of that strategy. Marcus starting on the softs. Had he not gotten that very first safety car and it was just the second one, and all the rest of them stayed out the normal way, I think it may have been a fight to the end with you two. But because of the fact that he had that first one, he was on the softs, that immediately put you guys in the opposite strategy. And then from then on, it was anybody's game. And it was just pure luck at that point as to who's going to get it right. You're right. So what's important, though, is obviously there's luck involved, but you put yourself in a position to get lucky with phenomenal pace, great racecraft as well. And so your win is very well deserved. Congratulations tonight.
Yeah,
Going-
thank you. I was gonna say, like, I didn't think I had, like I like, especially in quali, like that lap I did was almost perfect for me, and I was beaten by 3 people. I think like again, I didn't have like the ultimate pace, but I just didn't overheat my tires and kind of kept it consistent, and I was able to gap Snaky. And yeah, I don't think it was really pure pace. I think it was just keep the tires alive and not crashing people.
Sometimes it's what you gotta do. Well, next week we're at a track that's a little bit hard to keep the tires alive. It's Bahrain. Famous for some punctures in this game as well, because those curbs are pretty gnarly, and a lot of people like to go long on their tires. How are you feeling about Bahrain? Obviously, it's our first race of the season that's going to match up with the actual season calendar.
I love Bahrain. That's actually, I think, my best. Everyone who knows me, like Miniko, know that I'm a really hard Bahrain. Oh my God, Bahrain sweat. So I'm hoping for a pole lights to flag win. Like
Wow.
I'm not even capping. I did like a 27.4, 27.5 here in TT. I am looking forward to it very much. So this is my favorite track on the entire calendar.
Wow. Well, that's going to be good for your momentum, because obviously, coming off of a win this week and for you to get another win next week would be huge. You are the first driver of the season to grab a back-to-back win this year as well.
Oh, wait, I won that? I don't even remember. I didn't know I won last week.
I believe you did. You won round 1, 3, and 5, and Marcus has won round 2 and 4.
Oh, sick.
Yes, it's ridiculous, man. It's just you two. Like, no one's even gotten close. It's craziness. So yes, someone's saying take him out. So I think that's the only way. It sounds like that's the only way you think you might not win, is if somebody was to, go full submarine missile on you. But let's see that happen, man. I'm excited to see your pace next week. It sounds like you're very confident, so I'm very much so looking forward to it.
Yeah, this is the first, I think, Bahrain race I've done since I've switched to PC. So I'm hoping to see, like, my console PB is like a mid to high 27. Maybe I can do a mid 27.
You
I'm
probably
really looking forward to that. I'm gonna sweat that hard, Bunju.
All right, Cookie. Okay. You hear that, Toby? He says, I'm going to sweat that hard.
Why I said clip it.
Yeah, somebody do.
Man. We have proof.
Yeah, exactly. Well, man, thanks again for a great race tonight, and always fun to have you in the box. And we shall see you next week for maybe your pole to flag win for a Grand Slam.
Yeah, thank you for the great commentary again.
Appreciate it, man. We'll
Okay.
see you later. Well, Tolby, that's the end of our night right here. That was a pretty crazy one, was it not?
Yeah, it was, like I said, unlike any tier 1 race we've had so far this season.
Yeah, it was wild. It was very wild.
It was complete opposite of what we're used to with these guys.
I think it might be a sign, though, that it's only going to get spicier at the end of the season, which I want. Obviously, I want it to get crazy, so I'm looking forward to that. But you never know. It can get pretty wild. But speaking of spicy, we got no assist tier starting right about now, and that is always spicy. It's always pretty wild. So anybody that's here in the chat right now, make sure you go jump over to the no assist tier as soon as this broadcast ends. Give them all the love that that racing broadcast is always freaking craziness. So especially at Hungary, it's gonna be wicked.
Oh yeah.
Toby, any last thoughts before we get out of here?
No, I'm ready to see how this shapes up for the rest of the season. Like I said, I still think it's going to come down to the last race of the season between Cookie and Marcus. Yeah, I'm just excited to see where it goes from here.
I mean, if you think about it this way, it's only been one truly bad race for Marcus, and it's really only been one truly bad race for Cookie. And look where we're at right now. You're literally anything could happen. We got 4 more to go. You never know with this tier and with these two guys. So just one bad race for Cookie is all it takes. Marcus has a shot to get himself right back up there and be the fight. So you never know. Well, Toby, I'm excited to maybe catch you again for the broadcast round this season. You never know. But until next week, I need all you guys here in chat to be to do me a big favor. Keep being wonderful. Keep making the world a better place. We shall see you guys in 7 days here on the Moose Racing League Tier 1 Championship for Round 7 at Bahrain. Until then, go have some fun at No Assists tonight. We'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.